that my smoking was causing me to have poor circulation, and that poor circulation was breaking my veins. And he also said that that would continue to happen. I really don't know if I can do this video. It's too hard. You know, it's just too hard. I don't think I can do it. Wonderful to come talk to you today. I'm doing a collab today with my good friend MaryEllen from the channel Sensational After 60, and she and I are both collaborating on how and why we quit smoking. If you don't know who MaryEllen is, I have a link to her channel in the information bar below. And she is a wonderful, intelligent woman of great character, and every single video that she has to offer you is just chock full of wonderful information, tips on makeup, on skincare. She has a beautiful thing called My Favorite Things, where she will showcase an antique in her beautiful home. She shares the love and shouts out people all the time. So you can find out about new channels and new ladies, and she's just a very special lady, and I know if you watch her you'll fall in love with her. So today we are talking about how we quit smoking. And MaryEllen smoked for 35 years and I smoked for 40. That means between she and I we have 70 years of smoking between us. So we thought it was about time we shared with you how we quit, why we quit, and this may not be the video for you. All I'm going to be doing in the next 12 minutes is telling you how I quit smoking, so you won't hurt my feelings. You can not give me a thumbs up. You can click off, go watch another video, and maybe come back at another time when this is more relevant to your life or your wishes. But right now, MaryEllen and I are offering up these videos to perhaps help you with your journey of quitting smoking. So, okay, I did mine as a tag because I felt it would be a little bit more organized for me to do that. When did you start smoking, and when was your last cigarette? And I started smoking when I was 18 years old. I started smoking because I worked in a restaurant and all the cool girls smoked, and I wanted to be a cool girl, so I started to smoke. And my last cigarette was September 16th, 2013. I have been quit for 2 years. And the second question is, how much did I smoke? I smoked 30 cigarettes a day, a pack and a half a day, every day for 40 years. Did my parents smoke? I have to say that everyone in my household smoked except my mother. So I was around very sophisticated adults who smoked cigars and who smoked cigarettes. My whole family, my whole Italian family smoked. My aunts smoked, they chain smoked, and they were very skinny. Did you try to quit before you did quit, finally? I would say in those 40 years I probably tried to quit about 4 times, and the longest that I ever went, I quit for a month. So I always went back. I always told myself I can just have one. Just one. One won't hurt. And it was all downhill from there. Within no time, I was a full-time smoker, like crazy. So there was no just having one, or no just buying one pack. I was a junkie. I was addicted to cigarettes and nicotine, and I couldn't accept that. I could never accept that. What reason made you finally quit smoking? And I have to say that 2 years ago, I went to my doctor, and my doctor took a look at my feet. He was examining my feet, and he said, you know what? You have a couple broken veins, and that's from smoking. And I was astonished. I didn't realize that smoking affected your circulation like that, and I certainly didn't know that it could start breaking veins. So I got scared. I got real scared. So I didn't use any patches or gum. I wanted to feel the quit, and I embraced it. And so I gave myself that time, and I was very patient. And I didn't have anything on my schedule that was important for me to go to, where I would be under a lot of pressure, or I had to concentrate, because I knew all that would come back, but I knew I had to give myself a few days. And the next question is, did I gain weight? And the answer is yes, I did. I gained about 15 pounds. I gained almost all my weight in the first year after I quit. And I am in the process of losing that weight. It is 15 pounds. I wasn't a super gainer. I don't even know if I believe that there are, I don't even know if that's really true, that there are super gainers. I figure if I can quit smoking, I can lose the weight. The next question is, what is it like being a non-smoker? And I could do a whole video on this, but I tell you, let me just hit the high points here. I have over $200 extra every month to spend, because I no longer smoke. A carton of cigarettes for me was about $52, and I went through 3 cartons and then some side packs on the side. So I have a lot more money. I also my chest feels very good. My lungs feel very clear. I had developed a thing where if I was talking on the phone, or if I was talking at a party and I felt a little bit stressed because I smoked, I developed kind of a wheeze. And I was very frightened of that. I thought, well, that might be the start of emphysema. But as soon as I stopped smoking, it completely went away. Another thing about being a non-smoker is, you know, that state that you want to get to, and you'll only understand this if you're a smoker. And there's such a big difference between being a non-smoker and an ex-smoker. I am an ex-smoker. I was a junkie. I was a cigarette junkie, and I always will be, and I will never be able to pick up a cigarette and just have a drag. And let me just say, my life as a non-smoker, every time I would get a little stressed out, I would go outside and light up a cigarette and try to get back to that peaceful, calm place that I wanted to be. But I realized, and I realize now, that I am always in that state, because I am never going through nicotine withdrawal. I am always in this state of, oh, like I just had a really good cigarette. And so my life as a non-smoker is so much calmer. I have more money, and I am so much healthier. And yeah, maybe I have a few extra pounds, but I am so proud of myself. And I really feel that if I can quit smoking, I can just about probably do anything else I want to do in the whole wide world. How hard is it for me to stay quit? It's not hard at all. That's a myth. And, you know, my dear son, my youngest son, he smokes, and his friend who quit smoking told him, oh boy, you're going to want a cigarette for the rest of your life. And you know what? That's not true. I smoked for 40 years. I loved smoking. I don't even remember that I smoked. You know what's hard for me is when I walk in the grocery store and I walk down the cookie aisle and I see all the bags of cookies, or I love cakes and pie. Now that's hard. That takes willpower. But as far as staying quit, I don't even remember I smoked. I don't crave smoking. Once I found out that every reason I had that I smoked was a lie, no. What is your proudest moment as a non-smoker? My proudest moment as a non-smoker, I think when my son was growing up, I think all his friends knew that I smoked, and I think he was a little embarrassed by that. And it hurt my feelings that I didn't have the willpower, I didn't have the knowledge and the tools to quit when I was younger. But about a year ago, my son gave it about a year, and after I'd quit a year, he just looked up at me and he said, "You did it. I am so proud of you, Mom. You did it. You quit." And so that made me feel so wonderful, and I think that was my proudest moment. And the last question is, what advice would I give people who are still smoking? And I guess I would say, I smoked for 40 years. I loved it, and I bet you love it too. But I bet you also would really like to quit. I bet you would like to have more money, and I bet you would like to be healthier. And you know, that is so true when you are a woman and you're getting older. When you're smoking, it does damage your skin, and it hurts your eyes and your hair. When it's your time, and you'll know when it's your time, nobody has to tell you to quit. If you want to quit, you know you want to quit, and you know the reasons that are keeping you from quitting. But if you think that smoking helps you with anxiety or helps your concentration, or if you think, well, I'll just go crazy if I can't smoke, none of those things are true. I thought all those things, and none of them were true. So I think that there is a video, and I'm going to link it below, and it is by a man named Carr. And he talks about the 4 myths that you feel in your heart when you're a smoker, of those myths of why you think you can't quit. When I saw that video 2 days before I quit, and it changed my life. And if you would just give it 5 minutes, that's all that video is 5 minutes. If you give it 5 minutes of your time, and I'm not associated with Mr. Carr, I'm not even sure if Mr. Carr is still alive, but if you give that video 5 minutes, I'm hoping that it might do for you what it did for me, because it changed my life, and it gave me extra courage and strength to quit smoking. And my life is so much better. But you can do it. You got this. And if you're in the middle of a quit and you want to talk to somebody, write me. I'm here. But if it's your time to quit, please consider it, and consider it soon. And I know that MaryEllen from Sensational After 60 or myself, we would love to talk to you about it or answer any questions that you have about it. And for the Great American Smokeout in November, I'm sure we're going to be revisiting this topic. But I thank you so much for hanging in there with me today and listening to this video about how I quit smoking and why I quit smoking. And I did do it as a tag, and I would absolutely love it if you would, if you've quit smoking, and if you could share with me and with so many other women around the world how you did it, why you did it, and what your quit is like. It would be it would make my day. It would make my year.
August 18th, so we're barreling to the summer. I go to Admiral today. Would really like to quit smoking. That's really not doing it for me anymore. Yeah, what else am I going to do? Maybe I'll put a little gas in my car. Oh my God.
I have friends from time to time give me a pack, an empty pack of cigarettes, and I take straws, I cut them in half, and I put them in the pack, and I carry the pack with me. And when I'm driving, or when I feel a little bit of anxiousness coming on, I'll take a drag of my straw. It helps me. You know, somebody asked me, because I've been quit for 2 years and I'm still smoking my straws, and they said to me the other day, you know, isn't it about time you quit the straws? And I thought, why? You know, I mean, it's really not hurting anybody, and it doesn't cost me any money. And he said, you did it, Mom. It's been a year and you quit, and I am so proud of you. Hey, well, quitting smoking is worse than quitting heroin. Really? No, you got this. You can do this. If I quit smoking, anybody can quit smoking, because I loved it. You know, it's just too hard. I don't think I can do it. Yeah, I was a smoker. and then I quit.